Hi everyone, it's Libby from Bella Orchids. So, sorry, I was missing in action over the weekend. I had a very busy weekend. But anyway, so I'm back today and I thought I would do a video on Paphiopedilum orchids. Just because these orchids have such a variety of reasons actually for having them. So basically they're very easy to care for. They are beautiful. Well, some species are beautiful even when they're not in bloom because of these stunning leaves. And they are actually the most, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful orchids when in bloom. The flower is just so pretty. They're also known as the lady slipper orchids because they make this beautiful like slipper part to their flower where it's like round. Anyway, I'll try and put a picture on the screen over here somewhere. So anyway, let's get into some care tips and the reasons for or how they are cared for and what they look like and everything like that. So first of all, in front of me here we have the vinny colored Paphiopedilum. Now Paphiopedilums can come with mottled leaves like this, and they can come in a variety of shades actually. They can be dark, like this one is quite dark. The greens are quite dark. And you can get them in a bit of a lighter shade. Let me show you my other mottled one. This is the Mordier green Paphiopedilum. You see it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more distinction between the colors. Now, you can also get Paphiopedilums that are a green leaf variety, like this one over here. So this is also a Paphiopedilum. It's just got the plain green leaves and they're a little bit thinner, a little bit of a different shape. So basically Paphiopedilums have their growth cycle. They bloom from the middle, from the crown of the plant there. You can see the old flower spike there. And then they grow keikis and they bloom from each new keiki. Now this is a trait of Paphiopedilums. Paphiopedilums will always produce keikis. That's just the way they are. You'll see this one has this one here in the front. This one also has this one here in the front here. And this one, I don't know what this one looks like because I bought it out of bloom. But that was the original mother plant. Then that one had this baby here. And this one is having that baby there. So that's their growth cycle, and they bloom from each new baby. You can split them off. You just, I don't think that would rebloom. But anyway, they do sometimes and sometimes they don't. So Paphiopedilums have naturally brown roots. You can see there, those are its roots. They are brown. That is the color of the roots of the orchid. They do not take a green color. So the only way to tell if your Paphiopedilum roots are rotten or dead is to squeeze them. If they're firm to squeeze, then they are alive, and if they are soft and pulling away, leaving that string texture, then they are dead. Now they tend to make a bit of a fan with their leaves. It's very pretty. Yeah, and in terms of care for these orchids, they like mild light. They sit here on my table, so they don't get any direct sunlight whatsoever. They just get the filtered light that comes in during the day, and they seem to benefit from it. They really like it. They don't like direct sunlight, so I wouldn't, for example, put them here on my table with a lot of sun. So yeah, they like just that filtered kind of light. They, however, are not like Phalaenopsis orchids. They do like more water. They do not like to totally dry out. Their roots will desiccate if they totally dry out. So I basically, in summer, because it's been so hot here, I water mine basically every 3 or 4 days. I stick my finger in the media just to feel. Like now I watered them 2 days ago, so they're pretty wet. You can see they're wet. So I won't water them. I'll either water them tomorrow or I'll water them on Wednesday, just depending on what they feel like tomorrow. So they don't like to totally dry out. So basically twice a week I give them a soak. I put them in a pot of water and just let them soak. Again, these orchids can suffer from crown rot if water gets trapped in, or stem rot if water gets trapped in between their leaves or in their crown. So try not to get water in there. And then in terms of fertilizer, I fertilize every 2 weeks. I just spray them every 2 weeks and let them soak in the spray. I let the spray sit on their leaves as well as on their roots, everywhere. I just give them one good spray, but I do it before 10 o'clock in the morning so they have the whole day to dry out. And I like to do it on a hotter day just so that water doesn't sit in anywhere that the water evaporates. Now, Paphiopedilum orchids also have another trait. Let me see if I can find that root. Is that it? Nope, that's another new root. It's putting out new roots everywhere. There we go. So, I don't know if you can see, but these roots are hairy. They have little white hairs on. This is totally normal for Paphiopedilum orchids. They have brown, hairy roots, kind of like spider legs. So, this pot is good for me to be able to see because this one had no roots when I got it, and you can see it's put out a new root there, another one there, and yeah, I haven't had a proper look around, but I think you can see. No. Anyway, so basically some websites suggest that these orchids, depending on the color of their leaves, so the green leaf variety and the model leaf variety have different care regimes. I don't find that to be true. I care for mine exactly the same way. They get exactly the same light, they get exactly the same humidity, exactly the same watering and fertilizing. I must say the only thing I have noticed is this one just reacts to the fertilizer more. This one is like literally doubled in size from when I fertilized it. So, but apart from that, they seem to react exactly the same way to, you know, care. They don't seem to suffer at all. I basically just have these stakes here just because they tend to grow up one flower spike with one big bloom at the top, so you just need to secure it. But yeah, they all grow keikis. They basically are exactly the same. So I think they say that the difference comes with temperature. Some are better in cold climates, some in warm climates. I find they both benefit well just somewhere in between. These ones, they can all withstand hotter temperatures, but they do tend to like cooler temperatures. It's cooled down the last few days and they seem to have benefited from it. So yeah, these orchids I would say are pretty easy to care for. You've just got to be careful, even though they like water, not to overwater them and water them too much. But they do seem to like obviously more water than other orchids. I also find they're quite showy. You'll find that its top leaves, if you look here, are like quite silky and quite waxy and shiny, whereas its bottom leaves are a lot duller. So this orchid is definitely one for show. It shows off a bit. You can see here it's the same. Its top leaves are quite bright and then its bottom leaf is quite dull. The green ones don't really have that trait. I must say their top leaves are a little bit waxier, but you don't really see the difference because they are green. Okay guys, if you'd like any more information on them, or if you have any questions, just leave it in a comment. Otherwise, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. It is a new channel, but I will be posting on a regular basis, and I only post about the orchids that I have personal experience with. I don't want to give any false information. I just tell you guys what works for me, and yeah, thanks guys.